Peace, love, and light, Libra, and welcome to your general love reading. If you're new here, my name is Ty, and I'm super happy to have you. Hopefully, you'll take a look around, like what you see, and hit the subscribe button. If you are returning, thank you so much for joining me again. I truly appreciate all of the love and the support. Hopefully, you've already subscribed to the channel. You guys, if you don't know how this works, it's a general reading. Everything won't resonate. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Everything is not gonna fit, okay? And if it doesn't, that's okay. It's just not your reading. Remember that energy is fluid, time is an illusion, and that the roles are interchangeable. So place yourself where you see fit in the story, okay? I'm going to pull for your energy first, see how you're feeling and what you're thinking and what's going on within you. And then I will pull for the person on your mind or immediate like influences around you. I call my spirit guides, I call divine, I call all of the archangels to guide, protect, and assist me with delivering this message to the Libra collective. Spirit, what is Libra's current energy in love? The table is greasy because I like moisturized my hands with oil. Whatever. Current energy for Libra in love. How is Libra feeling? The Tower in the reverse. What's this about, Libra? Okay. I feel like this is like resisting change, you know? Tell me about this. Well, actually, tell me more about how Libra is feeling in love. We have the Ace of Swords, which is very much air energy, Libra energy. Yeah. Tell me more. Okay. I see. And we get the Wheel. Okay, so this is the Seven of Pentacles. I don't know if I mentioned that. So Libra, with the Tower coming out in the reverse and the Ace of Swords, I definitely feel like you are undergoing some sort of awakening. You're awakening to changes, whether that be current changes that are already happening, because I feel like with the Tower in the reverse, it's like you're trying to resist the changes, but it's like it's happening. It's out of your control. There's a need to awaken to this new version of yourself, and I feel like you're trying to fight it. I feel like you're trying to fight off the changes, but they are inevitable. You know, eventually this Tower is going to be upright, and you know it's a big change in your environment, and it's a big change to your foundation even. But I feel like this is a tower, a change that's going on within you. And it's like, I feel, Libra, like you are feeling yourself like ripping apart from the person who you were. And I feel like that may be, it has you in a space where you are really thinking about your commitment or what you've been committed to for the last few years anywhere. I want to say, I'm going to take the number 7 because I feel like that's really present right now, anywhere from like 7 to 10 years. So with the Wheel of Fortune, I feel like things are the wheel is turning in your favor. And I feel like this is because of the Tower. I feel like, it's funny because I don't see any like love cards on here, but I feel like you're going through this inner warfare, almost like this change within you. And if you could just get yourself to surrender to that change, it's going to be very beneficial for you and those around you. Those of you who are in a relationship, this is about allowing your relationship to take its form, right? Being flexible, being adaptable. And I feel like you find yourself wondering if it's all going to be worth it. Like, is it worth it in the end? You know? So I feel like that's what you're going through right now. But I do feel like there's a version of you that is closing out. You know what I mean? Like, you're not quite sure who you're becoming. Some of you are not even sure right now who you even are because you're in this state of movement. I feel like you're moving right now with the wheel. And so it's really about you making the changes, like allowing those changes to come through the changes that are happening within you so that you can see those changes in your actual reality. And that might be just, that might, Five of Pentacles is at the bottom of the deck. Okay. So that might be you even needing to isolate yourself from certain people, places, or things, right? Things that are no longer resonating with who you're becoming or who you want to become. And that could be a scary thing, right? Because it's almost like, is it going to be worth it? If I really commit to this and invest here and really trust this and trust timing, trust that all of this is working out for me, is it going to be worth it in the end? Because I feel like with the Five of Pentacles, you're afraid to be left out. You're afraid to be like alone almost. And let's dig into this Tower to see. Oh wow, these two just jumped right out, right? So I feel like with the with the Knight of Wands here is like, you don't want to be late to the party. You don't want to miss the party. I feel like, look, oh, bottom of the deck, I see the Star card there. Yeah, so I feel like this is a time of transition, a change, of enlightenment for you. But I feel like you're having a hard time. It's like you're in and out with something, right? For those of you who are in a relationship, in a commitment, in a partnership, I feel like you struggle with whether or not you want to remain there or you want to go out and live life, right? And live life on your own terms, because I'm getting this energy of feeling like you're missing out on something, right? Afraid to invest, right? Yeah, the Knight of Pentacles looked like he wanted to come out in the reverse, which could be like fear of commitment, right? I'm afraid to commit here because I feel like I might be missing out on life. And your intuition, I feel like you're struggling to follow your intuition. It's almost like you feel this sense of calm inside, and you feel like something is calling you to make this change. There's like this inner knowing. You can even feel like, man, it's almost like you can feel that if you surrender to this and you allow yourself to flow with the changes, you can feel that something good is coming, okay? But I feel like the fear is, having to separate yourself from other things, right, that are influencing or hindering your ability to really focus on the home space, to focus on your person, or to focus on a commitment, right? Because again, you don't want to miss out. So I feel like there's a need to like separate yourself. With the Seven of Wands here, this is about guarding your energy and protecting yourself from things that could, cause just instability in your life, or just negative influences. With the sevens, I feel like the sevens have been a theme, and July might be significant for a lot of people. But with the number 7, there's like an underlying like fear that you may not even be aware of. But I feel like for you specifically right now, Libra, there's this fear of missing out. Okay, there's a fear of, if I sit down, if I commit to this, if I, it's like I'm going to be missing out on life. And it's like, no, you're creating a whole new cycle, a whole new life for yourself. And I feel like Spirit really wants you to really lock in with yourself and lock in on what it is that you want. Because with the Wheel here, you are going to be able, if you put your mind to it, if you dedicate yourself and stay committed, stay the course, and really focus on the people who are important in your life, the people in your life who matter. Okay, for many of you, this is like your families at home, right? Husband, wife, children. If you focus on the home space and you really commit yourself to that, so much more is going to come to fruition for you. There's a lot on the table, and Spirit wants you to know that, during this time, when you make these changes, when you start to see the fruits of your labor coming to fruition, be quiet about the good things that are happening, because I just feel like there are energies that monitor you, right? Like people who, even if they're not aware of it, right? Like can throw, throw salt on the wound, so to speak, right? Like there's people who are not, I'm getting this, You know the saying, I want to see you do good as long as you're not doing better than me. That kind of vibe is going on here, okay? So I feel like right now, that's where you are. It's like really thinking about these changes and really thinking about, you know, being ready for a commitment, sitting down, right? Not having this Knight of Wands energy where you're all over the place or trying to do, you know, be outside. Because the Knight of Wands is that in and out energy, likes being single. It's like the I'm here for a good time, not a long time type of thing. And so I feel like, you know, this cycle is over for many of you, and you're struggling with letting it go. And others of you, this cycle is in the process of coming to an end, right? So I feel like it's surrendering to that this is not who you are anymore, and like really focusing on locking in, and settling down. So I feel like a lot of you are starting to think in that way, like, okay, I think I may need to settle down here and sit down. It's time. It's taken me a long time to come to this realization, but I feel like you're awakening to that. Okay. So good stuff, Libra. Okay. I know that like internal changes, like it's a struggle to really get to a space where you can hear your intuition. But in order for you to do that, you have to be able to silence out all the noise. And unfortunately, that does mean isolation sometimes. That means separation. It means you got to sit down. It means you got to miss a party or 2 or 3 or 4. It means that you got to really lock in with yourself and your family and really protect your energy. Okay? Spirit, tell me about the person on Libra's mind and any energies around Libra in love. What's coming in? What's coming in for Libra? What's coming in for Libra? The person on Libra's mind in love. 8-card spread. We got the Knight of Cups. Okay. Libra in love. Tell me about the person on Libra's mind. The Page of Wands. The 9 of Pentacles. The 2 of Swords. Ooh. More, Spirit, for Libra in love. We got that Knight of Pentacles again, and we got the 7 of Cups. Okay. We got the 3 of Swords. What else for Libra in love? And the 4 of Wands. Okay. What's at the bottom of the deck? The 7 of Wands. Yes. So somebody here is really guarded, is really guarding their energy, or just really closed off to a lot. With the Knight of Cups here and the Page of Wands, Libra, I'm really getting the sense that there's a love offer on the table. And I feel for some of you who are still single, this is a new connection, and this is like a new spark, right? It's the beginning stages of a romantic partnership or a relationship. It's in the beginning stages, right? And I feel like you still find yourself trying to decide between the options that you have. I feel like you still are trying to figure out whether or not this is something that you want to commit to and invest in. Okay. We're going to inquire about this 3 of Swords, because I feel like I mentioned before, there are some fears that are present. I want to look into that 3 of Swords. For those of you who are in a relationship, I do feel like your relationship is, like being like you're revamping it. You're trying to, find that fire again. But I do feel, Libra, like you still are struggling to figure out whether you want to be in that relationship or not. Okay, because the 9 of Pentacles here with the 4 of Wands, and then I'm seeing the 3 of Swords, it's like you find yourself thinking about, yes, there are times where like I'm super happy and like this is what I want. The 4 of Wands is family, it's marriage, it's the white picket fence. But then there's like this 3 of Swords, which talks about disappointment, sadness, deception and hurt and pain, and just like losing out, somebody getting hurt. And so with the Nine of Pentacles, I feel like you're struggling between figuring out, what it is that you want in that sense. The Knight of Pentacles is about, commitment. Do you want to commit to this? And I feel like, if you are in a relationship, there still has been this struggle with actually like having your heart and your mind on the same page, where you're like, okay, I finally decided that I'm all in. Because the Knight of Cups as well is like, yeah, the Knight of Cups is more so in love with the idea of being in love, but I feel like has like that tendency to, like, it can be flip floppy. Okay, so I feel like your relationship is undergoing like this again, you're trying to find the spark again. Okay, with the Seven of Cups is like, you really don't know. And again, anytime I see the Seven of Cups, is like, you might be feeling confused about this situation, and you also might be wondering if it's worth it. Like, is it worth, me, is it going to be worth it, like, is it a good choice? So I think there's these fears of making a decision to be all in. Okay, and this is also a card of like having options, like you feel like you have options. Okay, but we're gonna look into that to see what's really real. Okay, tell me about this Three of Swords first here for Libra in love. The Page of Swords. Tell me about the Three of Swords for Libra in love. Yeah, so I feel like there's, with the Page of Swords and the Temperance card coming out in the reverse, I feel like there may be like just an imbalance, right? Where you might be feeling like you can't seem to get into a space of harmony with your person or the person on your mind. Maybe, you're dealing with somebody younger than you, or somebody who you feel is immature. Maybe you could be, you could act immaturely or say immature things. But with Temperance in the reverse, it's just like, I don't have the patience for this. Like, you could be feeling overwhelmed. You could be feeling like you're losing patience. And so Spirit is saying, like, there's a need for you to really like give yourself grace, but also give the person grace, right? And empathy, because like nothing is gonna, if this is for a relationship that you're trying to work out, like, things take time. Okay, things are not gonna happen overnight. Like, couples go through dry stages, especially like when they've been together for years, and that number 7 comes out again. I heard about like I've had two very long term, my two relationships have been long term. One was 10.5 years, the other one was 8 years. And so there's a thing called like the 7-year itch. There's even like a book about it. And that said, like, after 7 years, or within that seventh year, like, people start like losing interest in each other. And so it's like, look, couples go through those stages, right, where they may feel like they've grown apart or something. So I feel like there's a need to relearn each other again, and that takes time. Okay. Yeah, and also, with the Temperance card, it's like there's an imbalance. Okay, so maybe you might be also feeling overwhelmed. Okay, maybe you have a lot on your plate. Like, some of you might be going to school, some of you might just be working, and then you come home and you're feeling really overwhelmed. And it's like, it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to communicate your needs, but make sure that you communicate them from a place of kindness, love, and respect. Okay. I feel like there was something else that I was headed towards saying, and right now I can't remember it. Yeah, with the High Priestess, I feel like there's a need to learn to communicate, because you can't expect for someone to know what you're thinking or how you're feeling if you don't communicate it, and communicate it again from a place of love and respect. For those of you who are wanting or encountering like a new connection, This is about taking your time with the person and allowing things to unfold. You don't want to rush anything. And, you know, I feel like, you know, when you're trying to control timing and stuff like that, you know, that can also be a trauma response, right? Where you need things now, maybe because of things that you've encountered in the past, right? It's like, you got to show me, you know, or maybe you want to move too quickly into a situation. But you shouldn't feel, you should allow yourself to take your time. And if somebody is making you feel rushed, like, that's a sign, that's a flag, you know. So I feel like there's a need to balance out, again, work-life balance. Also balance out your emotions, or like your need to rush into something quickly. Tell me about the Seven of Cups here for Libra. Oh, we're about to be, I'm not going to take this first, and no, 20 minutes in. Tell me about the Seven of Cups here for Libra in love. Okay. Yeah, the Queen of Pentacles. It's like, this is about whether or not you want to commit in this space. And I feel like, you know, you have the Moon card here, right? So it's like not lying to yourself about, you know, how you feel about the situation. I can't help the Queen and the Nine of Pentacles there is like the Ten of Pentacles. So a lot of you may be struggling with like, I feel like, and this may not be for all of you, may be specific to one person, but may be in a relationship again, and you have everything, but you still feel like you're missing out on the world and you're missing out on other things. So it's like being honest with yourself about what you currently have, and also being grateful for what you currently have. Also, you know, communicating your feelings, okay? And nurturing those relationships. Tell me, give me one more for the Moon. Clarify that Moon card here. Yeah, okay, so the Six of Wands to the Moon, I feel like this is, again, acknowledging your feelings and acknowledging your needs. But again, I feel like there might be two sides of you right now, and maybe you can't find like the clarity that you need to balance yourself out, okay? Especially with this Temperance card here, is like really trying to figure out what you want. You know, there's a need for you to sit down and think about what do you value most? Where do you see yourself 5 years from now? And you know, can you see yourself, like, what does love look like to you? And really being honest with yourself, shining the light on how you feel. This also, you know, the Moon card is also about keeping secrets. And so I feel like for some of you, it's like day and night. Like you're somebody who is outside when you're outside, but I'm reminded of a saying in Spanish. It was like, I think I'm going to mess it up, but it was like something about being a light outside and oscuridad en la casa, meaning like the darkness in the house, being a completely person. So really ask yourself, like, am I putting into this situation? And if this is not you, flip the roles around, right? Ask yourself, is this person putting into this situation? Are they reciprocating the efforts? Are they reciprocating, you know, the love? There's that Knight of Wands energy again, where I feel like there's an in and out. There's like, I do, but I don't. I do, but I don't. Give me the advice for Libra in love here. Please give me the advice for Libra in love. Yeah, so there's a need to make a decision about what you want. Advice for Libra in love. Thank you. Yeah. So I feel like the Queen of Swords and the Six of Cups came out. I feel like, you know, you find yourself almost living in the past, where you're thinking a lot about the past, and you might be thinking about, you know, maybe there was someone else from your past who tends to come in and out, who tends to come, you know, to communicate with you. And I feel like when I'm looking at the Queen of Swords and she's got her sword down, I feel like this person comes in and kind of shifts the energy for you. Yeah, again, the Seven of Pentacles, right? Where you're trying to figure out, do I want to go back there, or do I want to continue investing where I am? Oh, yeah, that Five of Pentacles. I feel like either you or your person, somebody was left out, somebody was rejected, somebody was like, you know, just, I'm good. Pulled away from either you or you pulled away from them. But I do feel like this person from the past might come in and cause some confusion in your present. Tell me about the Queen of Swords here with the Six of Cups. This Seven of Pentacles keeps coming out. So yeah, they're really, so Spirit is saying this to me right now. This is what I hear. The grass is not greener on the other side. It's green where you water it. Is that a ZZ plant that's growing there? Because I noticed my ZZ plant, and that plant looks really, I mean, this looks like a tree, but it could be whatever you want it to. But the point is like, the grass is not green on the other side, babe. It's green where you water it. So if you are not watering your grass, you got to really think about, you know, where you're investing, right? And are you putting in on this, right? And if not, again, flip the roles around. The card here, you did have the Tower when I checked for you. So, you know, with the card, when I see the Star, it's like you can, if this is a current relationship, this relationship is in the process of healing. And I feel like you can heal this relationship, but you got to be willing to stay committed, and you have to be, you know, you both have to be in it. Okay. If this is someone who is currently single, right? Because the Queen of Swords has been through a lot. And, you know, this is about really valuing yourself and, you know, setting the boundaries for what your expectations are, like standing in your power and not settling for anything less. Okay, somebody's really in their head. Oh my God, I want to stop right here. The Wheel of Fortune again. The good things come when you know, everything is, pause. If you look at something as negative and all you think about is the negative memories of the past, that's all you're going to continue to call in. Okay. So I really feel like with that Wheel of Fortune there, it's like if you invest, you know, in it, it will grow. Okay. The King of Wands says you have to be willing to, you know, commit to it, do something. Okay. But again, I'm going to say this, there's an energy that comes in and out. And I feel like that energy for many of you disturbs your current space. Okay. It's like when you move away, you're able to think clearly, you are in a different space, but then this energy comes in and kind of shakes things up. Whoa. Kind of shakes things up and then like leaves you in a state of confusion. The Sun. So strong Leo energy here, by the way. So I definitely think that, you know, especially now with this Libra full moon tonight happening, you know, there's a lot that that you're still holding on to from the past or from a past person, and I encourage you to let it go under this full moon, Libra. This full moon is in your sign. There goes that Knight of Wands again. I just feel like somebody is all up in their head about what to do. So I would encourage you to write down all the things that you want to let go, burn it on the full moon, do some meditating so that you can really get clear about how it is that you want to move forward, okay? Libra, I hope that this brought you some clarity. I hope that it brought you some direction, and I hope that you enjoyed the reading. If you did, please go ahead and leave me a comment down below. Let me know how it resonated with you. Give your girl a like. It helps my channel. And if you really, really enjoyed it, and I hope you did, and you want to return, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. I love you all. Sending you loads of peace, love, and light. Mwah.